a subject that always comes up, among people who are trying to help save more dogs and keep dogs out of shelters is mandatory spay neuter. Mandatory spay neuter every dog, every single dog, castrate them, hysterectomy complete, do this. Now, one, it's very unhealthy for young dogs to be spayed and neutered. Very unhealthy. I disagree with it very, very strongly. But how do I side on the position of all these unwanted dogs in shelters? If we had mandatory spay neuter, there would be no dogs in shelters, right? Not really, because people would still have intact dogs, because bottom line is they're breeding dogs in backyards everywhere. In all these areas, they're doing it everywhere. You see it, it's nonstop. If you're going to enforce something that's going to work, is enforce responsibility. That means if you dump a dog in a shelter, you're held responsible. Maybe you just don't get another dog again, right? You don't get a dog license. You have to have a dog license. And then you're going to have these idiots who try to attack me, who say, oh, you're an authoritarian and you want the government in everybody's business. I don't want the government in, trust me. I am the one guy who is for the smallest government possible. But remember something, ding dong, you got a driver's license. Get caught driving without a driver's license, right? It's idiotic. Your car has a registration. Get caught without a registration. And prove that to the government that, you don't believe in big government, so you're not going to get a driver's license, you're not going to get a social security number, you're not going to register your car. It's idiotic. Now, when it comes to responsible pet ownership, I do think people should have a license to have a dog. Maybe there needs to be a little exam that you need to get. And yeah, you know what, you're going to call me an elitist, and maybe I am, because I'm sick and tired of seeing dogs in shelters being killed for needless reasons because irresponsible people have them. Maybe you need to crack down on laws. And I had a good talk with a good friend of mine today, and a lot of this stuff that I fought for so many years, people are abusing it. And I can say that it's going to be the e-collar, it's going to be a lot of stuff, because there's a lot of idiots out there who aren't being punished for being irresponsible. Now, mandatory spay neuter, the topic I started on, I'm going to get into all these topics because I'm done. At this point, all I got into this whole game for is to help dogs, not to make a lot of money. I've made a good living, I've invested well, I have a nice life, but the main goal for me is to help dogs. If I believed mandatory spay neuter was an answer, I'd be for it. I don't believe it. I don't believe it's going to solve the problem. I think you need to hold people accountable. There needs to be accountability. 1, dog licenses. 2, mandatory microchips. We need to know what dog you have, and you're responsible for that dog for life. Want to solve the problem? Join me.